Hey guys, well I just got back from a fishing trip and all my minnows are dead. So I thought I'd share some tips on keeping minnows alive a little longer and what to do with them when they're dead. So let's have a little look and I'll show you what I've already done. So here's my bucket of dead nasty minnows. They're Shinners. They didn't last very long. Shinners can be tough to keep. They really like nice, clear, clean water. Lots of air. So the first thing to do is get the minnows out. We're going to strain them. Get rid of any of the extra water. That's all of them. So there's our minnows. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to put some salt in there. Just going to sprinkle some salt on them. Get them all covered up nice. We're going to leave those overnight, and the salt's going to draw out the moisture and it's going to drip into this old coffee can, and then you'll end up with something like this. These are just salted minnows. They keep for a long time. They're not dried completely rock hard, but they don't have very much moisture in them. I just keep them in a plastic screw container so that they can take a bit of abuse in the winter, and it also helps keep them a little fresher. But in the morning we'll shake these off really well, sprinkle a little more salt. I lay them down on a piece of paper and then sprinkle them with salt, let them dry up a little bit, and then they will be good to add in here. Another thing you can do is, if you like to lake trout fish, save all those minnows, save your suckers, all that stuff, chop it all up, or even put it in a big blender, blend it up just a little bit, and chum the water. I know a lot of guys that are catching really big trout chum with suckers. They'll keep their suckers and chop them up into big pieces and throw them down the holes. And once you get the fish coming in and there's lots of food, they'll stick around. So one thing you can do if you want to keep minnows alive a little longer is get an aeration stone. You can either buy an aquarium pump to pump air, or you can hook it up to your compressor. And that's what I have here. And I just have my air turned right down. I forget exactly what PSI it is, but I just set it so that when the compressor's full of air, it just bubbles enough to aerate it. And once the pressure dies down, it'll stop bubbling, it'll leak off, and then the compressor will come back on and it'll keep aerating. So that's what I got, is a long compressor hose to a blow nozzle you would use to blow off parts and stuff. I got the handle taped down. You can see I even left the roll of tape. And that's just some aquarium hose and an aeration stone. And one important thing is you need lots of water, especially for Shinners. Minnows that tolerate more murky and dirty water can handle less water. But when you're dealing with Shinners, they like crystal clear water and they like fresh water. So I use a 6.5 gallon bucket, and I change the water, or at least half the water, every couple days at the most. Or you know, if you could do it every day, that would be even better. But Shinners are pretty tough to keep alive. They like a lot of air. They like a lot of clean water. So if you've just got minnows you've trapped from a pond where the water's pretty stale, like I do here, dace, red belly dace, sticklebacks, those things, they can tolerate very low air and pretty nasty water. I've kept them in this pail for almost 3 weeks with just this little aerator going from time to time. So just thought I'd share some tips. If you want to keep your minnows alive, keep them aerated, lots of fresh water. Don't throw your old dead minnows out. You can keep them and salt them. You can put them in the freezer. They're good all year. A lot of places you're not allowed live bait fish, like a lake I'm headed to probably this week. So you can use salties. Just rip the head off, put them on your lure, and away you go. So they're really durable. They last a lot longer. You don't have to worry about them freezing, like say Gulp Alive or or worms if you're able to get worms in the winter. Just a couple options. Minnows are pretty expensive around here. Well, relatively expensive, I guess. They're $5.50 to $6 a dozen. So you and a friend go out, you're gonna buy 3 dozen, 4 dozen minnows maybe. You know, there's almost 20 bucks. So it really doesn't take long to eat up some costs, and by salting some minnows, you're able to save some of that money and reuse it. Some places just really like fresh bait, so you don't have much of an option. But there's a lot of places where, you know, you're using spoons and jigs and stuff, and it's not a big deal to use a salty. So use the head. I often throw the tail back down the hole. It entices fish to come around. Then they see your lure and everything, and you know, you attract fish. So cheers guys, and just a quick little minnow tip. We'll see you.